Good day, everyone. I'm just going to get my sub submerged here. See how I do that in the first episode. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody for all the comments. Awesome comments. Errors were made. But we're going to give it another go and see if we can actually come up beside some freighters, get them identified, launch a torpedo properly, and yeah, I would consider that victory myself. Anyways, I'll get the sub down and get to the hydrophone. Alright, we did get some contact about 350 degrees. So I plotted my first line. This time we'll try to figure out which way they're traveling to see if we can set a course to more sort of cut them off and get a better view at them. That was one of the suggestions there, and yeah, it was kind of a beginner one we were doing, but we'll get a little more advanced now and see if we can cut these guys off a little bit. I've set my timer and also plotted my time. I'm not sure if I will do 10 minutes this time. If we're going to try to cut them off, I may want to dive down a little bit sooner, listen, and see if we can set that course to cut them off. So I took another dip down to listen, and yeah, it's coming from here, so we can pretty much safely assume it's going this way somewhere. So as one of the suggestions, and you would do, we're gonna set our course a little more this way and see if we can catch them. So just take it from here. I've already set the path that I caught them on. So I wonder if we went about 50 just to begin with, and we'll see where we can get that mark. I'm going to set this one for 30 minutes, and I might do a 10-minute run. I've already set my timer too, but I'll just course correct here to 50 degrees. Alright. Okay, so I'll take the course over and run for about 10 minutes and see if we can cut them off. I'll also blow my ballast tanks to get my speed up. I'm just taking a look out the periscope here. You can also see it's daytime. There was a suggestion to use the night light setting. It basically makes your hash tags a reddish color. I find it kind of hard to see. I have bad eyes, but it definitely does show your lines better. But because we're trying to cut them off, we're actually we'll be hitting. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Okay, they're definitely heading alongside. Let's do some stuff right here. Okay, I'm heading about 80 degrees. Just take a quick look here, see if we can identify what this is. Okay, so it looks to have in the middle island on front and back. Let's just see if we can figure this out. Engine is mid. Superstructure looks to be composite. Islands. We have front and aft. Now we're narrowing it down. So it looks to be mass, kingpin. Okay, let's see if we can do this. So it looks to be mass, kingpin, funnel, mast. Okay, that's what it appears to be. Let's just take another look to make sure. That's it, I think. Alright, so that's 40 knots. Mast is 40 meters. Right now I'm also zoomed in as much as I can. Now another suggestion was to use the top line and go down from there, so we'll try that. Looks about somewhere there. 1, 2, 4 hashtags. So with my math, right now what we're sitting at, the mast is 40 meters. It was 4 hashtags. So that would give us 10, I believe. And now we have to multiply that by 4 because we were zoomed in. We're going to check the manual. It does say 4. So I believe that is all right. Okay, so let's go back here. I'm up at the attack scope now. Again, it's daylight. We're on the top. If they were doing their due diligence, they would have saw us, but we'll keep going on. Looks like we're getting closer. That's about 5. That is 5 now. So that'll come down. We'll adjust that. So now, the angle off the bow. So to him, okay, I've just lined it up. I had it at about 160. It looks like he's turning now. The angle was from his perspective. Our time to target was 3 minutes. So the angle from his bow now looks to be about 170. I'm coming down maybe to 160 as he turns. So angle on the bow is from his perspective. I don't think these will hit. We're not quite loaded yet either. It's this other one. Yeah, it's pretty, I would guess has seen us. The angle on his bow is he's about 170 from us, coming around to 180. And with the speed setting put in, it looked to be about 5 minutes to hit. To check the manual, his top speed was 14 knots. What are we doing here? Yeah, we're fine. We're catching up. And we are still heading sort of this direction. Resetting up, so the angle on the bow from him is about 170 right now. He can go. I missed it. There it is. I also have seen some other commenting about how the angle on the bow doesn't really matter as long as you're pointing at him, and you can see we're fairly close. But that time I think we had it set up a little better, more accurate for sure. Now I did put 2 salvos away. We'll just give it a bit longer because it did say it would take about 5 minutes and 13 seconds, I think, when I put the angle of the bow and the target speed in properly. But so yeah, the angle on the bow, the important thing I guess to remember is it's from the perspective of the target. So if he was looking at us, he would see us like 170-ish. He's turned a little bit. Another one out here. Yeah, he's on. We could turn right into him. Some more things I've seen too, where someone says, you know, people are trying to set up all these weird shots. Just point the front of your U-boat at the target and shoot. I don't know if the other ones will actually hit him because we are pointing sort of this way, but I wonder if we got any more loaded. Well, we do too. Let's just switch this back to 1 and 4. It's on salvo still. See if we can set up some more. So we're definitely way closer. Bring this down. I'm not going to do the calculations out. That looks to be about that angle on the bow again. I think I said it. I've been reading. It's not as important. I'm just going to move it down a bit. Okay, so those things, the other torpedoes should be hitting. We're going to start a new one. And those ones were 3 minutes 30 seconds. turn my U-boat just a bit more into them. And that's another thing, having multiple people. You could have people adjusting all this stuff, and it just makes it hard for one person to do all this stuff, and to do it with some finesse, I guess. That should be more than enough. Oh, look at that, we sunk them. Excellent. We didn't even have to shoot those other ones. Wow, look at that, we were a little bit short. We're gonna have to refigure. I may just go up and take this guy out with the deck gun. So I think we have the torpedo, the TDC setting up pretty much figured out now. I know I was talking with someone about coming on and the U-boat and doing this together, and I think that would be great to have more people. It is a multiplayer game that way. This guy's right in front of us. But I'm going to go take him out with the deck gun, and guys, thanks for all the subscriptions and the comments. I appreciate it. And I do have some more videos and playlists up. Go over there, comment, give me some pointers. I like to kind of do it this way, and we'll try to implement some of the tips and strategies that the subscribers are putting in the comments. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.